Okay, we're getting in. Come on in. Get started. Let's share it. Let everyone know. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to spill the beans. How to guarantee you become a millionaire. We're going to talk about that on today's show. And let's get started right now, right away. Hi, how you? Welcome. Today we are going to give you the secret ingredients to becoming a millionaire. And I know, like, to many of you, it sounds like corny and whatnot, but actually, most of you will become a millionaire if you're in the U.S. I haven't done the figures for other countries, but if you're in the U.S. or in a U.S.-like economy, which will probably be U.K. and probably in the U.K. and Australia, generally, you will always, all of you guys are well on your way to making $1 million. In other words, throughout your life, you have worked enough and earned enough that if you add it all together, it should reach $1 million, by the time you retire, before and after, plus or minus. But that's, of course, not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is how to accumulate wealth quickly, and to live a millionaire lifestyle sooner than never. Because in most of your cases, you will never live the millionaire lifestyle because you're living from paycheck to paycheck. So we're going to talk about becoming a millionaire. I'm going to use a particular article as our basis. So let's head on over there. This article is in Business Insider. I believe it came out today. And let me just adjust some of your screens here. I see. We don't have that. There you go. So, yeah, this came out in Business Insider. I believe it's December 17th. Okay, 2019. It's Kathleen Elkins and Libertina Brandt in Personal Finance section, and it's entitled "11 Things to Do in Your 20s to Become a Millionaire by 30." Okay, so we're going to use that as a basis of discussion today. Of course, this has none of the things in here really has to do with your 20s, except for the fact that you started to work. So that's the basis of this article. It doesn't matter if you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. You can do these things and become a millionaire within this 10 or decade, within the decade. So that's basically the way it is. And I'm going to give you some more tips than what these guys have figured out here. So let's look into the basic tenets that they're suggesting here. What they focus on is that the first things you got to do is focus on earning. Focus on earning. And your first 10 years, you start working, you really have to start earning more than just with your job. Basically, you cannot save your way to millionaire status, writes Grant Cardone, who went from broke and in debt at 21 to self-made millionaire by 30. The first step is to focus on increasing your income in increments and repeating that. Now, for most of you who are depending on employment, you can't really increase your income through employment. The employment method is not conducive to becoming a millionaire. So, or being wealthy, being well off, working, week by week by week by week, does not help you get ahead. It only helps you maintain, pay your bills, do a few things on the weekend, just as people say, live your life, but it doesn't really do much in terms of progressing you forward. And also remember the past videos and shows that I have done, I have showed you great evidence that by the time you get to retire, through sicknesses, illnesses, and sicknesses, and then finally death, all of what you have worked for throughout all your life will be gone. It is wiped away. So, what are you working for? You got to think about that. You are just simply working to eat your food every day, go to bed at night, and wait to die. That's basically all that you guys are doing. So, you got to realize that. Now, to move on ahead, you have to work. If you're working, you have to start with that basis, but then increase your income. Increase your income. And you can only do that by external sources of income outside of your day-to-day employment. So again, employment is not the way that you're going to make it. You're going to make it by getting more money, making more money than what you can do in a frozen state, which is what employment is. This person, my income was 3,000 a month, and 9 years later, it was 20,000 a month. Okay, so start following the money. It will force you to control revenue and see opportunities. So that's one of the things that you have to do. You got a job, you paying your rent. Okay, now what else? What else are you going to add to that? So you have to be adding to your bottom line, and that's it. That's what you have to do. Number two, it says to develop multiple streams of income. So that's another method. It's almost the same as what we were saying for number one. And he found that in a 5-year study made by author Thomas C. Corley's, he he found that many of the self-made millionaires develop multi streams of income. A lot of people out there wondering, why do I have so many different things and programs? About these are multiple streams of income. This is essential if you expect to become successful, if you expect to build wealth. You just can't expect it to come from one thing. A lot of mistakes people do is you're focusing in one thing. This is going to take me. This is one horse that's going to take me there, and it's never really one horse. One horse can take you at some distance. You can learn a lot through your day-to-day journeys with one horse, but it's not going to make you wealthy, and definitely not going to make you wealthy soon. You want to what we call compressing time. It means because what I found is throughout the years you discover and learn new things, and then you begin to go into these divergent directions from things that you learn along the way from your first thing or your main thing. And I think many people don't diverge because they feel that it's a lack of focus. You're not focused on the one thing, but also, it could be a different income stream. It's just simply adding a different income stream, and like it says, chase the money. If it makes money, why not? Why not try something? If that works, fine. You made another income stream. Then you go and you build that up so that it produces, and you then move on to other things. Or that can spring in some other ideas. So you make my favorite thing to do is to modify. I modify. I go from a basic concept, and then I modify it. I develop 100 modifications to a central theme, and create with that multiple streams of income. And that's simply the way you do it. Like right now, this video, I'm making this video. I'm doing the broadcast, obviously. I make a video, so that's one thing. Then I'm right now, it's transcribing. I got a phone here that I use to transcribe what I'm speaking. So I got text. And then after the broadcast, I send that text to myself through an email, and I have text that I can use to make an article or to make a PDF. The PDF is another product, by the way, digital product. I have videos. I can do a course, a class, and do the videos. I can do then take the text and make a PDF. I can also make the audio, take the audio from this video and have a podcast. Each of those things, obviously, it would have to have real great content in it, but I could sell the podcast. I can also sell the PDF as an ebook, right? And I can also sell the video content. And we're still not out of the book phase, the printed books phase. So hey, why not? We can make a physical book as well and sell that too. So there's many different things, and this is just the beginning of the different types of content products that I can create from one activity. That's the beauty of living in this day and age, that just doing one, I can do many things just by doing one thing. Okay, so I can develop different multiple streams of income. It's more easier to do today than ever before. So this is something that you really want to be looking into. I mean, how long does it take you to sit down and share some expertise that you have? There's a lot of guys. I know a lot of people that business is the farthest thing from their mind, and yet they have great experience in certain areas, hobbies, things they enjoy doing or making, blah blah blah. That could be a significant source of income for them. But since they're not thinking about adding income. They're not thinking about creating wealth. They just, I'm just doing my day to day. I'm doing my week to week, and that's it. And that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because you work all your life only to at the end. Remember, somebody's going to take it all away from you at the end. And you ask me, well, what's the difference if you're building wealth? What would be the difference in at the end if it's all going to be taken away? So then, why should I bother? What's different about creating wealth? Well, part of the creating wealth is creating it in a way that it can't be taken away. And I've also told you how to do that in certain other videos. So only those who follow each and every video would know what I'm talking about because they follow each and every video, which is a benefit for doing that because I let little secrets out here and there, little tidbits that can make you and help you save your wealth for your family and for yourself forever. For most, as long as our system of the economy stays the way it is, you guys will be wealthy and your families will be wealthy and stay healthy by the advice I give. But I let that advice go in videos here and there. You'll be surprised. Even in some of the game videos, my Sunday videos, I'm on sabbatical right now, but when I do my Sunday Bible videos, hey, there's gems in there that come from the scripture itself even. So any one of these ideas and wisdom that comes out of these lips can really make a big difference in your life. So you really should sit down and do yourself a self inventory and look at all the things that you enjoy doing in your life that you feel so interested in, and things that you're really interested in, and move in that direction for something, to build some income, multiple streams. And again, like I said, all you have to do is look at what people are selling. Look at Amazon. If you have expertise, look at Amazon. Look for your expertise on Amazon. You'll see people selling ebooks, which is basically what I'm writing here without my fingers. when I transcribe these videos and these broadcasts that I do, put a bunch of these video texts together, and I have an ebook to sell on Amazon. Then that's a source of income. And if it's a hot topic on Amazon, a lot of other people interested in reading about that, you're going to make money. You're going to create another income stream. Remember, that's the key to creating wealth and advancing yourself into a higher economic strata. All right, so let's continue looking here at this article for it says here these additional streams include real estate rentals, which is another thing. If you've been seeing my videos, you know I do the real estate. We have the real estate investing course, which I recommend that all of you take. If we're in your area, you can look for them at classaforium.com slash forward slash events, or just go to classaforium.com and look for the events section that's in the menu, and you will look for EREI. These are real estate investing workshops that you can get into and learn how to really get wealthy in real estate investing. Now, you can learn about real estate investing online for free, but what I'm teaching is a particular exclusive method that my organization is doing, and you cannot do it outside of my organization. We are helping people make the most money possible from real estate investing, more so than you can learn from any other workshop or from any other source. So that's the bottom line. So if you're going to use real estate or go into real estate as a second or another income source, then you really should take a look and register for the next workshop in your area. They also include stock market investments, a lot of people stay away from, and part ownership in a side business. Now, I'm going to give you a little tidbit. Now, this is not financial advice. Again, we're not giving anyone financial advice. We're just talking about this subject matter, but we're not giving anyone's financial advice. You have to seek that advice from certified financial planners. And so, again, that's the little disclaimer. But in the stock market, you know that the Boeing stock went down just this past day or so. They went down because of the problems they're having with their new airplane, with that plane having its issues, and with the decision that they would not either delay further the production of that plane or to stop it altogether. So the stock went down, but you also know something. So what happens is that the price of each stock went down. So you know, though, that Boeing is really a staple. Boeing is a strong company. And the likelihood of Boeing like collapsing because of this latest issue is really not reasoned. It's more likely that Boeing will pick itself up and continue and retain its dominance in the airplane manufacturing market. It will return to its spot. That is where I see it, the way I see it happening. Again, not making predictions, but if it was me and I wanted to put money into the stock market and I wanted like an easy way to like know that yeah, this stock is going to go up in the future, just saying. Just saying. So that's something to look at. See, because you're not, it's not like something will happen to make it collapse. It's already going down. So it's already down. It's already depressed, the price. So, it can go down further later, but it may go up later. And definitely it should, because it's Boeing after all. It's Boeing. I mean, So that's a way for you to do the stock market without much having much expertise or much that you have to worry about. Am I making the right decision? Listen, that's pretty much as good as a decision that anyone can possibly make. So that's just throwing that out there. So that's an easy way for most of you to just go into the stock market if you ever wanted to, but you're afraid of which stock should I invest in or whatnot. Here you have a very strong stock that has been depressed now because of this latest problem. But really, I mean, there's a good chance that Boeing's going to bounce back up. So, but then you'll make that profit when it goes up. That's the way that you'll be making profit. It's a great way to get into a stock. 3 streams of income seems to be the magic number for the self-made millionaires in my rich habits study. But the more income streams you can create in life, the more secure your financial house be. So this is the sound advice looking at other self-made millionaires. Simply, you need to have multiple sources of income, not just one. Most of you who are employed, you just have one. And at tops, you may have like a part-time, or you're trying some type of business as a second. But that's what most of you are doing. But really, the self-made millionaires are doing at least three. Three seems to be the magic number. Okay, so that's the most common number of multiple income streams that most of these self-made millionaires have achieved. So the third thing is to save to invest. Don't save to save. Okay. Again, the savings and industry is done. That's a old fashioned. That's gone out the window. What you need to do is set money aside in order to make investments, in order to invest it in what type of investment? Into your own business, into real estate, as we already mentioned. That's where you got to be looking into stock market. If you feel strong enough to do that, then you do it. But you need to invest your extra money. You should not, and that also means when it says save, it also means stop spending on stupid. Stop spending it stupidly. It costs you more to eat outside than inside, than in your house to prepare a meal. Most of you get paid and you want to eat outside. It's waste of money when you can go bring home some food, some staples, and make a meal cheaper than going outside and eating. Okay? So that's another thing. You need to save money, but then with that money that you save, you need to put it into some type of investment vehicle, and that includes into starting another business and I give you a lot of ideas right here in all of our broadcasts. We're giving you great ideas, right? Today's featured idea, by the way, is the restaurant business, where you can start without even wanting to open your own restaurant. Just making money from people calling, making orders at the restaurant too, and making it through your website. It's a website, it's a menu for that restaurant, and you will make money. Every time that restaurant gets an order, you're making money, and there's a whole lot of other income streams with that. It's a fantastic program. You don't have to worry about paying rent or buying restaurant equipment or hiring staff and inventories and queuing and all that mess involved in having a restaurant, and the risk. You can just be home, do your job or your other business, and receive income from the orders to that restaurant. Ching 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 every evening, lunchtime, every lunchtime. On the weekends, it's outrageous. that's how you get multiple income streams. It's all I'm always talking about that. I'm always showing you that program. So take you. That's one thing you need to consider, along with the others that I have. He says here, Cardone, the only reason to save money is to invest it. So that's what you need to do. It says he's talking basically about some accounts secured and untouchable accounts that accrue return of income over time. Um, and it says investing is not as complicated or daunting as we make it out to be, right? And so, like, as I was saying, you can even use some common instruments. Here he says to contribute your 401k if your employer offers one, and take full advantage of your company's 401k matching program, which is essentially free money. So basically, you need to look into those things, not just sit around. You go to work, you come back, you go to work. The union has or the employer has this 401k program, but you never look into these benefits that you're entitled to in the job. If you're going to work, you might as well work for a company that has some benefits for you. And then look into the benefits and make sure that you're maximizing those benefits. Again, looking towards investments, looking for growing your money, especially to get free money. You're working for it. Hey, you might as well get it. I mean, why are you working for them? And then you're looking at consider contributing money toward a Roth IRA, traditional IRA, and these are individual retirement accounts. Again, consult your financial planner, consult your advisors, your lawyers to find out what is the best system for you. I hear around there that these are untaxable, they're non taxed until you withdraw the cash. I believe that even if you can roll over into other instruments of investments, they're still not taxable. You have to ask for the advice from the professionals, so go and get it. But the fact is, don't leave this money sitting there. Do something with it. Be proactive with it, because dead money is dead money. That's the other thing that I'm going to talk about today. Let's see if I can remember it when we finish some more of this. The fourth thing is to be disciplined and decisive. Disciplined and decisive. So you have to make your decisions on what you're going to do and stick with it. Stick with it. And remember that when you make a purchase, when you buy something, that money is rotten. It is done. You have just burnt it. It's called burning money. Because when you had the money, you had many choices. When you gave the money away for something, then you have burned away that money, and now you have the something. And the something, if it's not an investment, it's going to depreciate. Whatever it is, your money is dying and dying, withering away. That's what you've done. So that is a very bad thing to do. It's not the way to use money. In fact, when you get paid, I'm going to give you a little secret here. So get your little notepad. I'm surprised you haven't gotten it yet. But I'm going to tell you a big secret right now. When you get paid income from your job, or even if you're working as a self-employed person and a client directly, you get the money directly to your hand. That money is dead on arrival. What does that mean? And this is where you have to look at it. It means that you're not supposed to spend that money. Has anyone ever told you that? Has anyone ever told you that? Right? No one's going to tell you that because they don't want you to grow wealthy. When you get the money into your hand, you're not supposed to spend that money. Okay? Because it's dead if you do that. Remember, what did you do to get that money? You spent your life. You exchanged your life. You burned your life. If you were a candle, right? In order to get that money, what had to happen? You had to burn your wick. Okay? So that is dead money. That is money that should always be considered non-usable. And what should you do with that money then? Because you're going to ask me, well, how do we live? Well, you had to start off taking that money and investing it, making that money and buying things or buying into things that will make more money. And that money that you make from this money that you got from your sweat, that's the living money. That's the good money. And that's the money that you then use to pay your bills and have some of it, and the rest of it you reinvest it. And this is how you grow your money. You have to, the reason you're expending your time is to get seed money, because we're supposed to be farmers, all of us. I'm going to get you now on this. We're supposed to be farmers. We're supposed to be tilling the soil and planting seed. When you, and I don't want to get into the religious thing, but there's a lot of sense in here. You got to listen to this. God told us to, by the sweat of our brow we shall eat bread, right? But what was man doing to sweat? He was planting. He was taking care of the garden. And now that he wouldn't be in the garden, that what would that mean? That he would have to raise his own food. He would have to grow his own food because he was eating vegetables. So he would have to make his own garden, his own farm, and raise food and grow food. So that's what he had to do. So what the things that were produced, it's basically the seed. The fruit is the seed, isn't it? If you see that everything that's produced on a farm in terms of vegetable, green, it produces seed. It carries a seed. The fruit has the seed. Every fruit has its seeds, right? And every herb and all that, what the Bible even says, with the seed in it. It's seed in it. Because that's the important thing that you have to understand, that when you're working, when you're exchanging your sweat and your life and your time, you're supposed to get seed, because that's the only thing that can produce more for you. And it's supposed to do that. God never intended you to work and not have any money. That was never the intention of God. Even when you sinned, we sinned against God. It was never God's thinking that we would just work pay to paycheck, every check to check, every week to week, and that's it. You lost your job, you'll be out, and that was not the intention of God with that. Because we forgot what we were supposed to be eating and what we were supposed to be growing and what those things represented. Those things represent seed. And with the seed, we can grow more and prosper. That was always the intent. But since we forget about God and we don't live according to his, according to what God says, you guys are trying to make ends meet. That's the issue. So what you have to remember after you pay, because you got to pay your bills. It's like now you tell me this. Now someone tells me some sense. Okay, all right. So hold on. Pay your bills. Do the things you have to. Try to save money. But don't spend on other stuff. You don't need it. You can survive. And take the money. That is seed. That's seed money. And with that seed money, you put it in to some business, something that you can transact and begin to make living money, harvest money from the seed. And that's how you keep doing that over and over and over again. And expanding, because you're going from $10, you're going to make 100. Okay, so you take, you can take the $50 from that, live on that, and then take the other and put it into more seed. So now instead of $10 in seed where you made 100, now you got $50 in seed money, and then you should be making 500 or 1,000 with it. See, and you keep growing like that. Remember, the money you make from your sweat, that's seed money. You need to separate the seed. Because if you don't, if you're spending on your money and you're living paycheck to paycheck, you are heading for a very terrible life, a very poor subsistence, even though you pay your bills. You have nothing else. You're not enjoying life. You're just slaving away just to maintain whatever it is you call life. And that's not really life. That's not the intention of things. That's why people who make money, people who are millionaires, see, they know the secret. And it's not an issue that they're special people. They're not special people. They're just people who know. That's all. But now you know. I've taught you. Okay, that URL you see here again is the URL after this program for you to go and find out how you can make money from food, from the restaurant business right there. And if you're interested in opening a restaurant, a physical restaurant, you can do that starting with this. This will help you make the money. And more importantly, to have the network, our network, to be able to not only have your one restaurant, but actually to have a family of restaurants around the nation. So this is your best thing. I give you good advice, and I'm giving you good help here. Let's go back to the article, see what other goodies we can find. So as we look here, we see um, this fellow, Raphael Badslag, my goodness, spent 5 years interviewing 21 self-made billionaires and found that, along with other things, they are all disciplined. So again, this thing makes, first you have to make a decision, and the second thing is to be disciplined. Discipline. A lot of you are missing discipline in your life, and that's why you never get anywhere. You have to be disciplined. You have to, learn first what you have to do, and just stick to it and just stick with it. And be disciplined, especially in your financial choices. In other words, I'm not going to spend this money because this money it should be made to be seeded and to be alive. And the reason I use the Bible and those terms of dead money and seed money is because it makes it more easier for you to be disciplined, knowing that the money that just came in is not from production, but from your sweat, which is debt. All of that is debt. So that you have to make that money live and be alive, because you get, things, it's like having fish. That's dead food that you give fish that is dead. And then if you ever had fish and raised them in an aquarium, don't you see that the live food was more exciting for the fish, and their colors would be brighter and all of that, right? Because it was live food. There's a difference between live and dead. So you have to understand that. That's a simple principle. So by using that principle for your money, you have to understand that once you're using your life to get this piece of paper. That paper is dead. It's not alive. You are the living thing. In exchange, we gave you a dead thing for your life. Now you have to take that dead thing and then make it alive by planting it. It's a seed, and then it becomes alive and produces 100, 1,000 to 1. That's living money. That's the live thing. So that's what you have to think. If you discipline yourself in this understanding, then you'll be able to make the right decisions and be and remain disciplined. The fifth thing is don't show off. Show up. Okay? So, a lot of us want to get into things and buy things that are showy just to show off. Yeah, I got this and I got the new this and that. And everybody gets into this frame of mind that for some reason we have to show everyone else what we got. Because, like we got it like that. That attitude, that's poor people do that. That's something that poor people want to do, and that's the reason why they're poor. I can tell you myself, many decisions that people, including myself, to be transparent, made in the past, right? And only to realize later on, well, you know what? I could have spent that money better on this other thing. See that? And I know you've been there. So that's always the danger. It's always the danger that you take your money and you spend it on something that does not produce. Never do that. Never do that. When you get money comes into your hand, it's dead. Lottery money comes in, it's dead money. When you get money from anything, anyone, employment, a gift, anything like that, your work, a gift to you, whatever, that first you receive that money, it's always dead seed money. And until you go and put that money into something else and then get the profit, that is living money. That's money now that you can use any way you want. But that old money, that dead money, that money is to use to produce. You can't use it just for yourself because then you're burning your wick. You're just wasting your life. Change your mindset about money, which is what we've been talking about all along here. You have to change your mindset about money. Now I've given you a good thing. Usually you will have to take one of my seminars to hear what I gave you. I gave you a big tip there. I gave you a gigantic tip in changing your mindset about the money. I've changed. If you would only change your realization from receiving money and labeling that now as that money, that hey, yeah, I know you need to pay your bills. I know you want to get this and that, but you have to have living money for that. You need money, living money. And in order to get living money, you have to plant that seed because right there it's a dead thing. It has potential, but until you plant it, you won't be able to eat corn, or you won't be able to have your vegetable because it's a seed. A lot of you guys are nuts, and you're eating nuts because that's what you're getting. When you get paid from your job, it's nuts. You're getting nuts for your work. Now, if you plant those seeds, now those will grow trees. And that money will grow trees that create lots of more money for you. Never ending supply. That's what you have to realize. That's the best way to use your money. And it's unfortunate. And the reason that they made this article for 20 people in their 20s, because the people in their 20s, you guys are horrible wasters of money. You guys waste money like it's nothing, like if it's water. And that shouldn't be wasted at all. So you guys waste your money away, and you work at it. You work hard, and you're just wasting it. You're spending it on stupidity. You're spending it on whatever phone, on whatever new gadget, whatever new video game is out. That's all you're working for. All things that are just nothing, because you're doing nothing for your future. You're buying stuff at a store. Why? Why? If there's food home, why are you buying something in the store? Why are you eating outdoors? How many times did you eat outdoors this week? You spent at least $50, $60 outside this week, and $50, $60 could buy a good amount of food to last 2 to 3 weeks at home. at an Aldi or some other low price grocery supermarket type of thing, right? 50, $60, and make those 50, $60 stretch for 2 to 3 weeks of things at home that you can have instead of eating outside. These are the things, because once you spend that money, right, it's gone, it's done. And then you'll always need more money, because you'll still need to buy groceries for 2 or 3 weeks. And for some of you, it's just a week. So then don't spend it outdoors. Don't not spend it outdoors. It makes no sense. How many paychecks you go and the first thing you do is go to McDonald's to eat? What is that? You're taking the whole family and some cousins. Oh, I got paid. Let's go out and eat. Yeah, you guys are just too much, right? And how many proofs do we need? How many examples of that? That's this day and age. After 20 years of doing, after 30 years of doing the same thing, right? You're still looking at how to make money. You don't have enough. You're still suffering every once in a while. Not enough, month to month, not enough, because you're spending. You're spending here. You're spending there. $5 here, oh, it's nothing. 250 here, oh, it's nothing. $10 here, oh, it's nothing. We need that. You have $40 here, to 30, 20. It adds up. It's not nothing. It is exactly what you needed and accumulated together in summation, exactly what you needed to pay the bill, the light bill, the phone bill, the internet that you need so much. To me, here is vital after the power of internet right here. This is a vital thing. So, why are we going to spend a few dollars here and there and little things that don't bring in any money, and then be suffering to keep the lights on and then keep the internet going? Doesn't make any sense. No sense at all. These are the things that you have to change in yourself. Number 7, invest in yourself. Now, what do? Modern day successful and wealthy people are voracious readers. And it's not that just reading, they're reading things that benefit them in business and their mindset and stuff like that, that impacts their success and impacts what they're doing, what they're working on, the businesses they're involved in. So they read and they educate themselves. And they also focus on healthy, right? And being disciplined. Part of being disciplined is having some type of a disciplined health thing going, which I had started. By the way, well, what's wrong with you? Well, I did start. I had an accident. For one thing, after again, I wasn't health conscious for most of my life, but then when I began, I started to do what I needed to do, and I started jogging. I started jogging every day, and it was going well. I was losing. I had the accident, which wasn't my fault. We were just standing at a red light, and somebody that didn't know how to drive well. So the rest is history. But in any case, I couldn't do my running any longer. I couldn't go out, and I'm still suffering from the effects of that accident. Yeah, it's now 2 years ago. So unfortunately, I could not continue doing my exercise regimen, but I was disciplined and I was doing that. So I actually am looking forward to get back into some type of routine as soon as I'm able to. Because at this point, it's not allowing me even to do daily broadcasts. It's really interrupting my business as it is. So that's another thing. You never know what's going to happen to throw a monkey wrench into your whole system. So that's another thing you guys have to worry about. That's why you should be looking to become wealthier before you lose your ability to work for the rest of your life, which is what you guys are planning, right? You're thinking you're going to be working and you got this job secured and you just make your money week to week until you're 80, whatever you're imagining. Listen, life throws things your way that's going to mess up your plan. So what you have to do is mess up life's plan first. How do you do that? You grow wealthy as quickly as possible. That's how you do that. Now, rich people are typically self employed and determine the size of their own paycheck. Again, you can do that easily. You can do it easily. It's just that you have to start small. You have to learn how to make money small time. And once you're able to make $5, then you can sell two of those and make $10, or 20 of those and make $100. You see? So you have to be able to multiply and duplicate making money. And then you have to start using multiple income streams. The same thing, you made $5 here, and now you're selling 200. I'm sorry, you're selling 20 of them. Now you do another product or service, $5 again, and you do the same thing. And here you're making the $100, and now you're making another $100, and then you do the same thing again. And you can keep doing that. You can get up to $1,000 a day just by doing simple $5 things. So it's not that hard. It's just that you have to start. Where can I easily make money? As long as it's legal. Because some of you guys are thinking, oh, I can make money selling this and stuff. Don't do that. Keep your nose clean. Do legal things. Legal things. Okay? Simple, make. It's easy. This stuff is easy. You don't even have to have anything in your head. I could take a guy a vegetable. I can sit a vegetable in front of this camera and make that vegetable hundreds of dollars a day. Okay? So, because again, it's just a simple matter of creating content, selling it, putting it up. And there are many places to sell it: eBay, Amazon. If you have are able to put it up there, a few skills you have to learn. And you can have ebooks, PDFs. I think it's the easiest thing, really. Easiest thing, because all you have to do is create your own content. What am I going to talk about? Everyone else is talking about things all the time. You can easily find things that other people are talking about. And what you have to do is that you read it to yourself, and you know what? Just changing it to your own words. Hey, it's something that you wrote, something that you have created. This is simple. You don't even have to, you don't have to get another college degree for that, or even finish your high school diploma. Well, you should. But you don't need it. All you have to do is be determined. And you guys can do that. All right. So it says here, while the world class continues starting businesses and building fortunes, average people settle for steady paychecks and miss out on the opportunity to accumulate great wealth. You can't say it better than this. See? That is it. It's simple. This is a simple issue. Now, 9, set goals and visualize achieving them. Again, what's after you have to first make money. You have to first learn how to make money before you start doing this. I've seen a lot of people do this too early. They want to set goals, but they don't even have a plan. Don't set goals before you have a plan. It's like planning a road trip to Disney World, but you don't have a car yet. Come on now. And that's what most people do with their lives. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You don't even have a car. You don't have a way to get there, but you have a goal. I got a goal. It's ridiculous. You guys are thinking stupid. The first thing you need to do is learn how to make $5. Learn how to make $5 from something you are passionate about, something you love. And if you can sell this thing for $5, you can sell it 100 times. And that's 500 because you're passionate. You say, this is the greatest thing. I put this thing together. It's only $5. It's going to tell you everything I know about fishing. Everything, all my experiences are in here. the little tricks that I learned. This is really going to help anybody really love fishing and fish all the fish that they could possibly get in any type of water. Whatever. If that's your passion, you got a product. You got something you can sell to add income to your job income. So you shouldn't be complaining you don't make enough. Say so no one should complain they don't make enough. That's ridiculous. Okay? You make enough. Any amount of income you make is enough seed because all you need is seed. The problem is you're not doing the right thing with the money. And then you're not even using the life that you've had, the experiences that God has given you, and that you've given yourself. You know, you've made a decision to do this, do that. Some experience even are not even your own decision. It was forced on you. That's an experience. There's rappers today making millions of dollars from the abuse that was perpetrated on them, you know, by abandoning fathers and mothers, drug addict mothers, and all that. Those things, hey, that's something that can make money. I think what you got that Vanilla or whatever his name, Eminem. Eminem, that guy has his story, and he's gotten rich. You got Kanye, for goodness sake. Yeah, all these guys and gals with tremendous, unfortunate, stories, but they're making money. They're turning their stories into money. They're turning the dead seed into living production, into farmland that's producing for them. So again, you have no excuse. You just need to make a decision. Rich people choose to commit to attaining wealth. Let me put that a lot closer for you. Rich people choose to commit to attaining wealth. It's a decision that you have to make. Then it says here, start hanging out with the people you admire, not with the people that hang around you, not with the people who want to be with you, with the people that you admire, with the people you see are going where you want to go, or the people you see are at the place you want to be. These are the people you need to start hanging with, not with the losers. Most of us want to hang around people who think like we do. And that's the problem. The ones who agree with our way of thinking was usually negative. Those are the people you want to hang with. It's a mistake. That's why you never get anywhere. You never do anything because you're always listening to the wrong attitudes and the wrong opinions. And you're neck deep in negativity, which is thick as molasses. It's hard to get out of this, quicksand even. So how can you progress? When look around you, look at all these people around you, look at who they are and what they are. Is that where you want to be? So hang with the people that you look at and you can say, this is where I want to be in 5, 10, 20 years. You imagine. Man, if I can only be like him in 5 years, 20 years, that'll be good. Well, let's listen. Hang with them and see what it is they do, the discipline they have in their lives, the things they're doing, and duplicate. You don't have to copy what they're doing, but if they're doing something, they're producing something, then get up there and produce something. Find something to produce. I've already discussed that. But start hanging with the winners around. Stop hanging with losers. And then I think this is is it the final one? Yeah, the final piece of advice here that they found that other millionaires do is to shoot for 10 million and not 1 million. So by shooting for the 10 million instead of the 1 million mark, because remember, everyone makes $1 million. Well, at least here in the US, eventually everyone makes $1 million. So why are your goal is set to where everyone else is going to make anyway, eventually. What you want to do is set yourselves a high goal. Even if you have to start it at $5 each time, at a time. Because $5 can reach up to $10 million. If you sell enough and you have enough different products that are $5, and since you learn how to make $5 and then make that sell that enough to make $100 and then $100, $100, you can make $10 million. As a matter of fact, why don't we do the math? Let's get the calculator out here. So we're gonna look for $10 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 10 million, and we're gonna divide it by $5. Okay? So we get 2 million. Did we need a calculator for that? But 2 million is just the $5. So how many sales? But if you reduce that by the $100 a day divided by and we know that $100 a day, that's 365 days a year, so 36,500, right? 36,500. And now all we get here is 54. 54 products. And that's doable. Now, we don't have to make, again, we don't have to do these 54 products making $100 a day. We don't have to do this all in one shot. So actually, you can, it's in the decade, right? We got 10 years. So we can do this in 10 years. So divided by 10. Now it's only 5. So all you have to do is learn how to make a product that you can sell for $5 and sell it for $5 once and then 10 times and then 20 times and keep that going day to day, and then do another all you have to do throughout the year are 5 products. That's it. 5. And with this program right now, I've done 3. I got video, I have PDF, and I have audio. So just by doing this, I have 3 out of the 5 for this one piece of product, one type of product, one niche. That's what I've done. And I do that and introduce 5 new ones every year for the next 10 years, maintaining everything going. And you're looking at $10 million. So just by producing more, I've showed you that you can make this by doing that. Of course, there's a lot more smarter ways now. You don't have to do it that way, because along the line, you'll make enough money to do the real estate and going to real estate investing. Then you really don't need the 10 years. You really don't need the 10 years. Matter of fact, even just with the one product, doing the one product and building it up so that you have $100 coming back at you every day of the week, that's enough. to get into the real estate, one of our real estate programs, and to become a multimillionaire within the next 24 months, literally. So you don't need to worry about it. Matter of fact, even doing something like that, you'll be able to invest in one of our businesses, our business licensing programs, and then that'll really catapult your profits. And you become a millionaire, multimillionaire, even more quickly. So that's the issue that you have to think about. So listen, it's a decision. Are you going to make a decision to become wealthy and to have your family become wealthy with you? It's a decision. You just have to make the decision. If that's your decision, keep looking for my videos. What do you call that? Follow us and subscribe on YouTube. On YouTube, we're Global My CBH Network on YouTube and wherever else you'll see watching us now. Friend us, like us, follow us, subscribe to us, hit the bell, ding, 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 to get the notifications because I'm always broadcasting about the business, great ideas, and about the different types of businesses that are available through our network. And today we're featuring the food network, the food business that you can start without worrying about opening a restaurant or anything like that. But if you want to open your own restaurant, this is the perfect way to get started. So I urge you to take a moment now, after you made your decision to do something about it, and go and see this and watch this. It's a great opportunity. If money is all you're wanting to do, you're not interested in starting a restaurant, getting involved with all that kind of thing, but you would like to have. You ever been at the Chinese restaurant on a Friday night? You like the sound of the phone ringing and the ching ching of the cash register? Can you imagine how much money is being made every 10 minutes, every half hour, every hour that Chinese place, right? Would you like to be making that money without the worries of having the restaurant? Take a look at it, and I'll see you on the Millionaire's Lane because I've already got my house selected. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we invite you to do the same. Join us. Take care. Hey, listen, I wish you all the best. I'm here to help. I'll help you along the way, give you some great advice, and I would love to hear the testimonies and the letters of new millionaires that started with us or that built their $1 million empire with our programs. They are going to be coming soon. You'll be seeing them on our channels. And I'll see you then. Take care and God bless you all. Thanks for watching.